So I just want to share something with you. I'm currently busy writing my third book, and my first book was published worldwide by Hay House 13 years ago, and I called that book Knowing Who I Am. Now, when you write a book called Knowing Who I Am, it's like an invitation to the universe, and the universe will say, okay, let's see if you do. So 13 years ago, that book was published worldwide. And suddenly my entire world changed. Everything in my world changed. Everything I thought I knew changed. And so it was a big thing. About 3 or 4 years ago, I had the courage. I muster up enough courage to release another book, but that was just like a self-help little small life simplified book. And I was just, like dipping my toes in the ocean again to see if it is safe. But now I'm working on my third book, and it has taken 13 years because this time around there was many obstacles and many things I had to learn and many things I had to overcome, but mainly to have enough courage to write it and to put it out there. Because you see, once you experience something, you become a little bit more reluctant to go and experience the same thing, and you start developing expectations of how the outcome is going to be. So on some level you attach to an outcome, and I've learned that whenever you attach to an outcome, or you have these expectations, or you don't know how something's going to turn out, then it kind of brings you to a place where you just freeze. You don't do anything, and you procrastinate, and you find all kinds of excuses of, why you shouldn't be doing it. But mainly you're just scared. And one of the things that I've learned in my love life about that is that it is so incredibly important to detach from the future, to detach from the outcome, because when you have an attachment to that, or a fear of the future, or the fear of how that's going to turn out, you will do nothing, and you will actually spoil this moment. So now I'm going to share something with you that's very, very intimate. And when you share this with someone, people will have a lot of things to say. But when I fell in love with my husband, it was the deepest love I have ever experienced. But there was a little something that prevented me from loving him completely. And this was the fact that he was 22 years younger than me. And I couldn't wrap my head around this. How's this going to work? I don't see a future for us. I can't see how this is going to work out. And he had the same challenges, because he had to also see, how's this going to work, we both know that we loved each other very, very much, but how's this going to work? I can't give him children anymore. And there's this huge age gap. And our minds couldn't figure out how this is going to work. So for the first 3 years of our relationship, we kept coming back to this feeling of, how's this going to work? And then it would spoil our present moment. To the point where we, after 3 years, decided, okay, we don't know if this is going to work, and we decided to end it briefly. We could only end it briefly because we were so in love. And For 3 months, we just pined for each other, because, you know, we loved each other so much, but how is this gonna work? And after 3 months, we just couldn't take it anymore. It was just too much, because, you know, our love for each other was so deep, so real. And we got back together, and we decided something that day. We decided that we're going to love each other in this moment, and that we are going to detach from the outcome, from the future, and we're going to just be in this moment. And we're not going to think about the future anymore. We're going to just every moment make a decision. Do I still love you? Do I still want to be with you? And then we're going to just be here, and we're going to just do that. We're going to detach from this future that scared us so much, and this future that we couldn't see. And from that day on, we just stayed present in the moment with each other, and we just loved each other in that moment. And it is now 9.5, almost 10 years later, and in the meantime we even got married, and we still just love each other in this moment. And I cannot tell you how deep our love is, and how he makes me laugh every day, and how we spend hours talking till 2-3 in the morning. And he's my best friend, and I would never have allowed myself to have this in the past, because I couldn't see a future, you know. And so this is what I've noticed in so many people's lives. We don't take a risk or go for something because we can't see a future, or we are afraid of the future, or we are so attached to how it should turn out, or the outcome. And that can block us in this moment, and this spoils everything in this moment. We can't even enjoy this moment because we are so attached to how it's supposed to be somewhere in the future. And one of the reasons that it took so long to write this next book is because I was afraid of the outcome, and I couldn't see how it's going to turn out, and so I've attached to an outcome. So sometimes we don't complete something because we can't see it as successful, or we think, yeah, what if it doesn't become successful, or what if it doesn't work, or what if everyone turns on me again and judge me, and what if, and what if, and what if, and what if. And so in this moment, I don't do what I'm inspired to do, and I don't allow myself to express myself fully, and I don't allow myself to have what I desire, because I'm so afraid of the future, so attached to the outcome. So I just want to share this with you. Today I enjoy the most beautiful love of my life, because I decided once to detach from the outcome and to allow myself to be present with what feels so good, and allowed myself that love. So if you're currently in a place where you feel blocked to write that book, or take that next step, or take that risk, or go for something, or allow yourself to have something, it is probably because you are attached to the outcome. You have an idea of how the outcome should be or could be, and that attachment is what's spoiling your now. It's keeping you stuck here in this moment, and stealing your joy in this moment, depriving you of everything you deserve in this moment. I just wanted to share that with you. So detach from the future, detach from the outcome, and just be present in this moment, and let spirit guide you. Let you be in spirit, be inspired. Don't try and do it from this place, but be guided through inspiration.